go to debt for it, didn't have to pay much. A detox drink and using sea moss, yeah. Celery juice is really good at detoxing. How did I crack this lid? But advanced TRS is really good for detoxing toxins as well as heavy metals. What's up from Ireland? That's what's up. The smiling assassin Obama mocking Trump for retweeting conspiracy theories and advocating racist pedo Biden. You can't make it up. Crazy times, really is. Just the fact that people think Biden is a better option is mind-boggling to me. Tastes so good. You don't taste anything. I don't even know why I said that, but feels so good drinking that. Thank you, Ella. Let's see. What do you think about all the Chinese fish boats along with South America and Canada? I wouldn't be surprised if China will attack us. Interesting. There's a possibility for that. I think before they would attack America, they would try to take control of the northern border, Canada. It just wouldn't make too much sense for China to come here and try to physically fight our people, our military, whatever, all the different militias around. That just doesn't seem very smart. But if they were to do it tactically with EMF, with sabotaging the economy and things along that line, pitting us against each other, that seems a lot more realistic, which, like I just said, all those things are possible threats right now to our country. What can I get for sleep? So I use New Leaf Natural CBD. They have a liquid form, and they have these capsule forms as well. Oh, crooked. So whatever you like, but CBD definitely can help with sleep. I think meditation, grounding, earthing, things along that lines can also help with sleep and just clearing your mind, releasing, just saying and showing how grateful you are, what you were blessed with for that day. There's a lot of things that you can do to help with sleep. A lot of times we can't sleep because of our minds. You will love Asia. I hope one day I get to go. I'm going to post, I'm not sure how to say your name, Michi88. I have a bunch of content coming for TRS. I have it actually all created. I just need a post on it in my stories. But for right now, you can go, actually on my main account, on this account, I have that information available for you guys if you're wondering about the TRS. Give me a second here. What am I drinking? Just water with coated silver. Like I was saying earlier, I wasn't feeling all that great last night and today. Definitely am starting to feel better now, but my head was a little like, why can't I think of the word right now? Like my head has felt like kind of congested, I guess. Is the UN in Texas? Not sure. I mean, the UN is not, it's a confusing question. The UN is not in Texas, but maybe they have people there, not sure. What brands of supplements do you use on a plant-based diet? I literally just rattled them all off, but Symbiotica, Pure Shit Legit, New Leaf Naturals. If you're looking for plant-based protein, you have Planet Protein. Let's see if you guys can read that right here. But Planet Protein, this is just like a water bottle that they sent me, but they have a protein powder tested for heavy metals and such. Do you know anything about what's going on in Canada? Is buying international riot gear? Yeah. So pretty much what's happening in Canada is what happened here in America back when George Bush was the president. They're having FEMA camps being established. Their police are now being militarized. They're pushing from most likely George Soros and people like that. They're trying to do the divide and conquer thing, militarizing the police. They're kind of just doing the whole thing that we've already gone through, and that's why I was saying earlier, there's a certain group of, people in this collective conscious community that really just see things getting really dark and nothing really getting better. And I don't necessarily disagree with those people because I definitely see things going that way, but I also always want to, have some hope and understand that the power of truth, light, compassion, empathy, things along that lines will always win in the end. But I'm not ignorant, I'm not blind. I won't just stick my hand in the sand just because I have a certain belief system. I'll continue keeping an open eye and questioning what's actually going on. But I definitely can see them trying to militarize the police in Canada, trying to get FEMA camps, trying to get all the different, whatever you call them, all the different agendas that we have here in the United States, there in Canada as well. Yep, spirulina, coralina, chaga, great for detoxing. Even celery juice, lots of great things out there. That's the thing with supplements. Supplements are usually a easy tool to use. It's just a tool. Your diet, your lifestyle plays a huge role in how these supplements are going to help you. But, some supplements, can be pretty powerful. What's your opinion on coffee enemas? I'd rather just not do that, period. I think I never really looked into it myself, but I've heard people talk about it and say that it's actually not that beneficial, and there's other ways that you could go about it, like different enemas. I'm just not trying to do stuff like that personally. So you believe in the universe, right? You don't believe that everything will adjust by nature. Sounds like you're putting words in my mouth, but I believe in vibrations and frequencies. I believe that there is a mathematical code that can be found in every aspect of society, every aspect of everything. You don't believe in that everything will, that's my whole thing, is everything's connected. Everything will, eventually kind of reset, if you want to say, but I think what you're trying to allude to is that humanity will reset. But that's the thing, is humanity will never reset if we're not living in balance, if we're not in touch, if we're not in tune with ourselves and our actions and the consequences for our actions. We're just going to keep headed down that road. And, I think a lot of people think that, nature will quote unquote fight back, and it might, but if anything, it's going to be weather modification fighting back, and then just destroying areas that they want to reset themselves. I'm just not too sure about what you mean by that. Right. It is amazing that these people call us conspiracy theorists when the pharmaceutical industry itself is corrupt. It's just crazy. Like, you can't say you can heal somebody unless it's a chemical, unless it's patented. And that's asinine. That's just that's just insanity that we can't tell people that we can heal them unless it's from a chemical, a drug, something that they own. And I just found that insane. What's God for you? Um, hmm. What is God for me? It's a great question. God for me is just understanding the collective, like just seeing how we can see ourselves within each other, within nature, within these sacred patterns and vibrations that can be found in everything. To me, that's what God is. But honestly, to me, it doesn't matter. Like, what matters is what kind of human being you are. You could have whatever belief system you want, you could have whatever ideology you want, whatever you think God is. But to me, it's completely irrelevant if you're not a good person. I never comprehend, I can never comprehend why people think that they'll go to a certain place because they believe in this God, but their actions are completely hypocritical to everything of what that God represents. And that's my biggest question is, why does it matter what God is if you're living, a hypocritical lifestyle, if you're, participating in blood sacrifices, if you're, if you're not good to your neighbor, if you're living egotistical or with materialistic, goals. Like, I just don't comprehend that whatsoever. And a lot of these people who believe in God, they'll judge the shit out of you because you don't believe in their God or you don't accept their ideology. And it doesn't make any fucking sense. Like, how can you be judgmental? How can you be, you know, I don't even know what to say about that, but like, I just don't get it. I really don't get it. Christianity doesn't work that way. This is my thing with Christianity. Christianity stole its information from Africa. It's not an original religion. Like, I'm sorry to burst your bubble here, but it's just common fucking sense. Like, you're talking about 2,000 years ago when they reset the clock, BC and AC, folks, before Christ and after Christ. Guess what? Their civilizations, our ancestors come way before Christianity, before Catholics, before pagans, comes way before that stuff. So if you believe in Christianity, you believe in slavery, you believe in lies, you believe in manipulation, you believe in stolen information. So I'm not about that whatsoever. And don't think Islam's any different. I was waiting for it. I knew right when I said it. I knew right when I said that somebody was going to say Islam's any different. Let's just make things clear here. The Virgin Mary was 14 years old. Muhammad from whatever. Muhammad had a 13 or 14-year-old girlfriend, right? Or wife. That's pedophilia. That's rape. If we're against pedophilia, if we're against sex trafficking, if we're against adrenochrome, if we're against all these things, why do we partake in it? Why do we give so much energy to it? Why do we believe in it? Where do you think these sick, twisted, beliefs come from, and why have they been here for so long? Think about it. When you go to church and you drink that wine, what does that wine represent? Represents the blood of Christ. When you take that piece of bread, what does that represent? The body of Christ. That is a satanic blood ritual. It's just something that people need to get through their heads and realize. And the only reason why people believe in these religions is because the amount of murder it took to make these religions, these belief systems, a normal thing that everybody just blindly accepts. Think about all the wars that were in the name of religion. Because I know people don't like to talk about that or say, no, that wasn't religion. But they were religious wars. There was religious wars for decades, for centuries, all because of a belief system. That one belief system was more right than another belief system. When if you really understand what all these belief systems are saying is we're all God's children. We're all one. We're all here for a purpose. That's all that matters. Whoever's belief system is more right than another is just completely irrelevant. You're just believing in somebody else's belief system. You're not even believing in your own belief system. You're just believing in what you've been told. You're not believing from spirituality. You're not believing through through your own path, your own goal. You're just believing in what somebody else told you. And because somebody else told you this, you just take it as truth. You've never experienced it. You've never met a prophet before. But all these prophets, they all have one thing in common, right? They all met somebody behind closed doors, right? God came to them. God couldn't tell everybody himself. God had to go to a prophet. And it just happens to be that that prophet was a man. Not a woman, a man. Every single time that prophet was a man. But here we go, 2,000 years later, and people still can't fucking think for themselves. People still think that their religion is true, that their religion hasn't created murder, that their religion doesn't have what is it called? What marriage is? Not predictive marriages, prearranged marriages, right? That's rape in itself. That's just wrong on all levels. But we have people in here talking about Islam is better than other religions. And then we got this guy Solo who doesn't know his own fucking religion, who wants to comment constantly on my live videos, but has no fucking clue what he's talking about. And then wants me to provide the information. I'm not here to spoon-fed you, bro. Do your own research. If that's your belief system, you should know your belief system better than anybody else. And apparently you don't. And what's the problem with all prophets being men? There's no divinity in that. There's no balance in that. There's no sacred exchange within that. The fact that they're all men shows why everything is so toxic, why this egotistical belief system is so toxic. That's the reason why it's bad. If we're all divine, if we're all equal, if we're all interconnected, women would also have that sacred, that spiritual connection to the divine. But yet, it's always from a man. It's always from a man. And it usually is from a white man. But they don't want to hear that. The only religion is love. The only church is earth. That's it. And your body, your temple. That's it. The way you talk to people, the way you treat people, the way you go about your life, that's what determines what happens after this life. If there's something after this life. I question everything. But if you're not a good person, why do you think you're going anywhere? If you're paying for somebody to slaughter innocent animals, where do you think you're going? If you're somebody that's just droused in materialism, where do you think you're going? No prophet, no God, no son of God, no none of that ever talked about that stuff. This guy said Islam unites. Dude's never read Islam and what they think about, gay people and things like that, have you? Have you ever heard about, killing your wife in Islam? Being beaten to death by rocks in Islam? Or that's not Islam? Religion has what did he say? Religion has always proven division 100%. 100%. Almost every war, if not every war, has been in the name of religion. Every single war has been in the name of religion. There's never been an atheist, there's never been a non-believer that created war. It's just funny how triggered everybody is about this. That's my thing with religion, how triggered everybody gets. They always think that their belief system's the right, the most pure, the most loving. But then you look at the actions of these religions and what they've done and how they've lied and manipulated information and how they've literally have suppressed women and divine feminism. But nobody wants to address that whatsoever. A lot of entitlement. It's my problem with religion. If you're all knowing, if you're all connected, why do you guys open your mouth so fucking much? Why can't you just live your life? Why can't you just treat people with respect? Why is it always my religion, my religion, my religion, my religion? I don't go around doing that. I don't go around saying my views, my views, my views, my views. I just go around being a good human being. Talking about the Vatican. The Vatican supposedly has like 80,000 miles worth of paperwork or some shit. Like, I don't even know where they get that number from. But like, the Vatican's hiding so much information. It's like, how do you believe in any one of those belief systems if they're hiding information? Or if it's shown, which it all is, all these religions are shown, that they have destroyed information, that they have rewritten information, that they have manipulated information. So why are you going to believe any of that stuff? How is that divine? How is that true if they're hiding information? I'm just tired of religion. I really am. People ask me, what's one thing you could get rid of in the world? It'd be religion. Hands down, it would be religion. If I could get rid of anything in the world, any kind of belief system, any kind of like negative thing, a part of our society, it would be religion. Would even be the banking system, because I don't even think the banking system would be so corrupt if it wasn't for a religious point of view, a religious belief system. I don't even think these countries would be at war with each other if it wasn't for religion. Shit, there might not even be countries. We actually might all be brothers and sisters. We'd actually might not have all these different borders and stuff if it wasn't for religion. Religion's literally why we're here. And people will say, it's not religion, it's man. Well, guess what? Man wrote your religion. How do you view Buddhism? Any ism. It's just another form of classification, which usually gets into division. Like, I'm just about being human. I'm about, trying to learn and grow as an individual. I'm about understanding that life is so fucking amazing that I'm just trying to live it to the best. I'm trying to treat people with love and compassion. I'm trying to treat the environment, the land, the animals with love and compassion. That's all I care about. All these other isms, I don't care about. Like, to me, it means nothing. It's like, you're gonna learn in life. You're gonna experience life. You're gonna go through ups and downs. You're gonna go through all these different situations in life. You don't need a book to tell you this. You don't need a book to guide you this. Your own intuition should be able to do that. Your own rational thinking and common sense should be able to get you through that. You being pure, you being happy and loving and compassionate should get you through that. You don't need some book to do this. I've just had ayahuasca vine. I haven't had the entire Caucasian, if you want to say. Um, the vine still provides a detox, a cleansing effect, not a not like a hallucinogenic, type of thing. Does anybody know anything about Graham Hancock? I mean, I talked to Graham Hancock. Well, I talked to him a couple of years ago about speaking at my event. But what about him? What about Israel, Palestine, and religious stuff? What are we talking about here? I just said religion causes all these conflicts, all these wars, this religious belief system. That's the problem with our society. If there was no religious belief systems and we were just all trying to learn and figure shit out and, being loving and compassionate and actual brothers and sisters, there would be no war and conflict. There we go. Religion is about control. Literally, the Latin meaning of religion is government, or the Latin meaning of government is religion, however that is. Yeah, for sure. He sticks to facts, actually travels the world and research. When I had the conversation with him about the pyramids and what he discovered, I made him speechless. There's things about the pyramids that he didn't realize and what that depicts. And I've talked to you guys about it here in the shape of the earth. Why is Palestine not supported by the media? Because they have the Holy Land, if you want to say. They have the religion's belief system land. And they're trying to take that shit from them. So, who do you predict? I mean, I'm pretty sure Trump will win. I mean, surprisingly, it's always surprisingly, but there's always people who support Obama, Clinton, and Biden. But I just think overall he'll win. But overall, there's going to be an economy collapse. There's going to be a new digital currency. There's going to be a 5G, system in place. There's going to be. I don't think there's going to be a mandatory vaccination, but there probably will be mandatory vaccinations for certain occupations, for certain traveling, things along that lines. But yeah, just see, all I was saying about the pyramids is that the pyramids align to Orion's belt, right? And not just the Egyptian pyramids, but the pyramids in Mexico and Asia as well. At certain times of the year, these pyramids, whether it's 2, 3, or 1, whatever, the stars that circle above us, which is clear as day to see, is that the stars move in a perfect circular motion above us. That where the pyramids are at the certain time of the year, that's where the stars are. And if we were on a heliocentric model, and if ever Earth was to tilt on its axis, even just by the smallest degree, that the pyramid and the star would not align. So it shows that we are stationary, and that this is moving above us. And this is what cosmology is about. This is how these ancient civilizations were to build these structures that aligned with with the stars. They didn't communicate with each other. They were just connected with what was going on. They didn't have Instagram lives or, social media and all the different distractions that we have. They were outside. They were very well connected to everything. It's up from Florida. Did you ever see the Ancient Knowledge documentary? I feel like I have. Cool shirt. Thank you. I actually have never found a proper time to wear this shirt. And I was like, you know what? It'll probably look good in my live video because it's just a shirt up. You guys don't have to see what's below. It's just a hard shirt to rock sometimes. So I was like, fuck it. I'll wear something kind of cool, trippy on the live video. So there is no precision of the equinox? I don't think so. I mean, hard to say, but I don't think so. I feel like the equinox would just be more or less what side, not necessarily what side, whether you're on the inner or outer section of Earth. And I feel like that's how that would correlate. What do you think about David Wilcox? Ultimately, I think, he's kind of, it's like I try not to talk bad about people, but like, I really think he might be controlled disinformation, that he is, that he kind of spreads misinformation, and whether he's paid to do that or he's just created kind of like his own avenue on misleading people or people who believe in that misinformation, and maybe that's why he continues it. Some things he talks about is real, it's true for sure. That's what a disinformation agent is. They sprinkle a little truth and get you with the lie. I don't know. I've met him before, I've spoken at the same event as him. It's like he plays a lot of word magic. He says, I experienced this, but I can't tell you who I was with. I can't tell you where I was, when it happened. He uses word magic when he talks. He's like, I saw this, but I can't tell you where, who I was with, and when I did it. And I just think that's a bunch of bullshit. If you experienced something, you could tell people when it was, where it was, or who you were with. I don't really believe him all that much. See, the conscious awakening literally just said the same thing. David Wilcox will always talk about inside sources, but never mentions who they are. To me, that is a red flag, a huge red flag, especially about the subjects and topics that he's talking about. I just don't believe everything that he says. I really don't. Let's see, let me scroll back up here because some of you guys asked some really good questions here. I don't want to skip over it. What do you think of our names and birthdays? Do you think these numbers are significant? Yeah, 100%. So, I don't know about the names. The names are kind of irrelevant in a sense. It's just programming, like literally programming us with this idea of a name. But as far as when you're born is extremely important. When you understand the cosmology of Earth, when you understand the vibrations and frequencies of these energy beams above us, right, what we call stars, when you understand all that and how it works, it changes your life. It changes your perspective on everything. When, I wish I had a thing here. I think it's in my closet. Here, 1 second. Maybe not. I'm not sure where I put these things. I had kind of stickers and stuff that I could show you, but whatever. I'll try to do my best. Oh, there's only 2 minutes left. So I'll end it with this. The way cosmology works, or what most people know as astrology works, is at the time and place that you're born. So if you're born in New Jersey on August 29th, me, and you're born in Australia on August 29th, and say at 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock, whatever it is, 2 different times, where the stars are, so if I'm born here and somebody's born here on the same day, right? Where the stars are located above us, that energy is what transforms into us, right? So our rising, our birth signs are going to be the same, Virgo. But our moon and our rising, or our, it'd be our rising sign, those might be different because where the planets are above us, and remember the planets do a perfect circle above us. So once you start understanding the energetic exchange of what's above us, and that's within us and what created us, it changes your outlook, it changes your understanding, it changes your capabilities, it just changes your overall experience here on Earth. And that's why it's so important to be connected with the energy, with the vibrations that are around you and within you, and to honor and kind of hold gratitude for who you are and what you're capable of doing, and not giving your power away to these entities or to these 2,000-year-old belief systems, and honoring and acknowledging who you are and the divinity within you. And that's what I'm just going to leave this live video with, is just honor who you are, everybody. I appreciate you guys. Thank you for joining me on this live. Peace.